Morning, everybody. It's time for some morning coffee. Yep, a big mug this morning. And some thoughts that go with that. I read an article yesterday in our local newspaper, fairly local newspaper, that talked about one of our state representatives who fought against the face diaper requirements. Hopefully that gets by the algorithm. I don't know because I'm new at this. And he now has the sickness. Someone commented now that this is all sicknesses by choice. And of course, I had to speak up because that really irritated me that people don't have critical thinking skills. No one that I know of that's fought against such things has said what's going on isn't real. They maybe questions where it came from, but not that it's not real. I'm going to have to be very careful here because I'm new at this and I'm not sure what I can get away with and what I can't. But there have been studies to show that those that got the owie actually can have a higher load of this substance in their system with less symptoms. And we all know from studies that people that don't have the owie and people that do have the owie can spread this before they even know they have it, before they have symptoms. It's not about not believing this isn't going on. It's about the choice of doing what you want with your body, the choice of believing in your immune system to be able to help you out the best it can, and the choice of really questioning and thinking. You know, I have nurse friends that cringe at watching people with their face diapers, watching staff in hospitals, in nursing homes, students in school, take them literally off their face to eat, throwing them on a table, and then putting them back on inside out, touching them without washing their hands, and knowing particle sizes pretty much pass right through. Yep, I don't see the science in what's being said. And it goes back to making me think of when my kids were in school again. I like to use my kids for examples, I guess, and the problems that we had while they were in the public school. Because even when they were in school, we went round and round with teachers, round and round. Because my children didn't take everything at face value, but questioned, asked many questions, oftentimes got in trouble in the school. There was a time that, my daughter was saying that she was related to an explorer. And they said, impossible, he didn't have kids. Well, nobody said she was a direct descendant. So I had to print out a family tree and take it to school and make a fool out of the teacher. Many examples like that. Even with a place called Copper Falls. We had been there, we had visited. In fact, it was so bad, they tried to tell me my oldest son was retarded in kindergarten because he colored a banana purple. We had a long discussion about what type of exercise it was it following directions, this, that, or other things, and gee, guess what? There are purple bananas. But when teachers don't update their curriculums for so long and just pull stuff out of a drawer and don't make it out of a little town of 400 people, I guess maybe they could have problems with that, especially if they didn't have encyclopedias to look stuff up when you came home from big stores. I don't know. It's been round and round. But critical thinking is not common in this country anymore. We have a music festival, a couple of them now going on in the state, where they've said you get the owie, or 3 days before you need proof. And I'm like, this makes no sense. Because if you get the owie, again, you could have very high levels in your system and not even know it. If you go get proof, a negative 3 days ago doesn't mean a negative today. And yet, the crazy sheep are raving. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for doing what you're doing to protect us. I don't see any protection in that. Not at all. I don't get where people don't see the science and think that this is such a smart move. It befuzzles me that no one questions, hey, so if I get the owie, or if I got this little piece of paper that I can show you from within the last 3 days, I'm going to be safe. People don't think. We've raised generations of non-thinkers, and I don't understand it. It's one of the things I always taught my kids, and I'm sure a lot of parents did teach their kids to question things. Not just question authority, but question things. Try and figure out how things work. Look it up. Research. And I guess through my 4 kids, I've been pretty lucky because they pretty much do. They do question things. They look behind things. But how many students haven't? How many students haven't had parents encourage them of this? Because, gee, you might get in trouble in school. Don't make waves. Don't get in trouble in school. They know best. They're the authorities. They're your authority figure. You listen to them. And listening is one thing, questioning is another. And I think a lot of parents didn't make that distinction for their children. Anyway, this is what's happened now. We have all these people that don't think. And I don't know when it started. I know my kids went through it. My oldest is 30. My oldest is in his 30s. My youngest is in his 20s. But I know other people. I know people my age, and I know people older than me that still have this mentality of question, or don't question those in an authority position, because they're out to do the best they can for you. They're out to protect you. They're out for your good. They're out for the common good. It's been going on a long time. Don't know when, but it's a long time. As a society, I just don't know how we go back and change that now and make people question and think and come to more logical solutions. I don't know. Think about that one over your morning coffee.